Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application, and basically this application seems like just a simple application. However, there's a little bit of a unique feature here that we need to deal with. Okay, so what is going on here is that we have the ceiling or the roof patio deck here that has slabs that go across, but the slabs go through, and so the rain and snow goes through that at some point, and it does drain into the covered section over here. And so what they've done is they've placed a gutter system or a drainage system over the ceiling. This is all PVC, I'm told. And so this drainage system flows from the outside edge here to the center point into a channel gutter that goes down into the main post here, and the same with the side over here. It slides down to the left here and feeds into that same system. So that's one issue that we're going to be looking at, and how we might be able to resolve that. Now, I'm not an engineer, so this isn't these are just suggestions, and I'm not quite sure the importance of 100% water seal up here. So this is something that this particular client is going to have to make a decision on. You can see we have a TV set here. There is a doorway here. I believe the doorway swings out. I'm not quite sure, but I'm not sure that that's going to be an issue with regards to this application here. Anything else we want to talk about? I think that's about it, other than, they did mention that their main seating is going to be along the walls area here. Now, I did place a table and chairs here, as well as these sets of chairs over here, meaning that if they're going to have a TV set, I would imagine that some people would want to sit in front of that to enjoy watching some movies or something of that nature. So anything else? I think that's about it for right now. Let's go ahead and look at the basic option most people would be looking at is, okay, let's just place the heaters here. This is simple, and it should heat up our place very well. Well, not quite simple, but the wall here is like a river rock. I don't have river rock as a sample here, but in any case, so there's a little bit of a challenge to mount the heaters brackets, directly to that rock area. But in any case, you do need 6 inches of clearance above the heater, so that would be at the low point of the sloped ceiling, and that 6 inches would be here to the top. I have these at 45 degrees, so that's the maximum tilt of the bracket that a bracket will allow. If you wanted to go 30 degrees, you would have to cut the bracket somehow. Anything else? They have them all 3 of them at the same level, and obviously we're not heating up this outer edge here when we have them all up against the wall. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Turn on the ray. You can see that we're at that 45 degree. We're missing this about 2-foot section of the patio on this side, and the same is true on this side here. So if the main seating is like that, then that might be a problem. And also just note that the ray itself is designed for an 8-foot throw, so from here to here is the most ideal location. However, when that ray travels a little bit further, it's not going to be a very warm ray for, say, this seating position here. Same with this seating position over here. This is the furthest out it really goes that you will feel comfortable with in a moderately cool climate. Now, I say that because I know this is in a very cold climate. The images I received had some snow and things of that nature in the picture. So these are really designed for 50 degrees and above. Some people are acclimated to those temperatures below that 50 degrees, and so it might be more comfortable for them. However, if it was me, I would probably be cold with just the 4,000 watt unit sitting here in a below 50 degree temperature. All right, so let's go ahead and see what I would probably recommend more so, but again, I'm not an engineer, and being that this is just suggestive type of application, and what I would suggest is placing the heaters above. And how can we do that? So what I've done here is basically I've taken the OEM bracket off and just put a wire to mount and support the heater. Maintain 6 inches of clearance on this inside edge here. Same with this inside edge over here. And went ahead and drilled a hole in this PVC lid or ceiling, and then also attached a piece of PVC pipe, water pipe, let's say, and you would just glue that to the top here, so that would keep the water from, when it flows downhill here, it would keep it from going down into that opening, or into that, yes, the opening of the gap for the cable itself. Yeah, now you don't see that cable going all the way up here, but this is just for suggestive purposes anyways. And then what I did here is took a piece of unistrut and mounted it to each one of the brackets here. Let me see if I can turn off these slabs here, take a better look at this. And so there's your PVC, there's your unistrut, and attached it to the joist going across here. And then on top of that, I put just a piece of steel that's just bent steel. Now you'd have to mount it somehow. Maybe you can mount it on here and here. Maybe you can mount it on top of the unistrut. It's something that you'd have to make that final decision. In any case, that would give you some protection from any moisture falling into this little 1/2 inch PVC opening. So that would be kind of my determination or my suggestion for an application like this. Let's go ahead and see if I have the distances here. So distances apart, I have these at 7 foot center to center from here to here. And then also center from center here to center here, I have at 9 foot center to center. The final application height is going to be roughly, around that 7'9" off the finished floor. And I did want to mention something I had over here, which is just giving you an idea of what true dimension I had here. So I had this wooden plank that actually goes higher than the ceiling here. It's about 6 inch, but from the bottom edge of the ceiling that I made, I have it at 3 3/8. I took a 1/4 inch slope per foot, so that the water would roll downhill this way. So I'm not quite sure if that's exactly how they have it, but that's just my interpretation there. So anything else that we want to talk about? The only other thing I was going to mention is, so this is centered within this patio structure, and that's one thing I didn't talk about at all, is the patio structure dimension itself. So from here to here, you can see I have about 16 feet, and from left to right here, I have at 21 feet. The height of the bottom edge of the patio structure on top here is at 8'7" off the finished floor, and I do have the ceiling a little bit higher than that, maybe a 1/2 inch higher here, you can see. So but in any case, yeah, that was important here. This might require the heater to be dropped a little bit further if it's not truly that 3 3/8 of an inch. And then you also can see that there's this gutter system here. Now I'm not quite sure if this is going to be steel or PVC itself, so if it is PVC, then you want to make sure that you're meeting the clearances. And just looking at the clearances here, so the clearance below is the main important thing here, because I've already maintained 6 inches here. So you just want to make sure that we're not impeding into the wooden part of the structure, or if this is PVC, you'd have to bring this out a little bit further. You can see I have between heaters 3'8.5" from this heater here to this heater here, and so you may need to move that slightly. But looking at the footprint of heat, so let's turn that on here, and let me just turn this off. Also, we'll turn this off here for right now. All right, and so looking at the footprint of heat, you got a nice about a foot of overlapping between the two heaters, which makes this whole space uniformly heated. And also the heat is going out to the edge here. Now, if you're sitting here, you may want to move to the right a little bit. This is a very cold climate, like I said. Or you could kind of really shoot to have the heaters more towards the left side here, maybe moving everything 1 foot over as opposed to centering the heater and going with those distances as I mentioned. Or let's go ahead and with that. Yeah, the distances of 7 feet here, centered, so that would be 3.5 from center. And then going with the overall dimensions again, we have this 16, so that would be 8 would be centered, and then 3.5, maybe you want to go 4.5 this way, and then go, you know, just 2.5 this direction here. So keeping it 7 foot center to center is important, I would say. All right, so that would be my kind of recommendation. There's one last thing here, and what that would be is the doorway here. We want to make sure the doorway isn't an issue, so let's go ahead and just place a door here. I have this at give me 1 second here, see if I can build it quickly. All right, and let me just swing that door out just in case, so we can see if that is an issue with regards to any clearances. So here's a doorway coming out, and you can see with the clearance above the heater, sorry, the clearance below the heater, we are impeding that, so that might be a slight issue here. But I don't know whether this really door comes out or not. So definitely, if this is a self-closing door, that wouldn't be an issue, but something that you want to think about how that door actually swings in and out. All right, well, in any case, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not promote us in any way unless we receive appreciation from your viewers, and it also tells us that you like what we're doing and appreciate more videos just like this. So we truly appreciate that. Thank you, and have an excellent day.